Well, hello everyone. This is Carl. It must be 3 o'clock. Time for my webcast. Hi, Ellie. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you today. I got a couple of songs in mind. I'm going to do from way back in another minute, see if anybody else jumps on there. I do see a few people. I can't tell who they are. Well, I was out there watching for the Thunderbirds coming this way from graduation, but never did see them. Of course, it got kind of cloudy. It might have diverted their normal path, their planned path anyway. Ed sent me a picture up in Denver that he's seen them real good, actually. I got a nice picture and a little short video from him. And then they were supposed to be heading this way, but we kept watching and watching. Heard something. We thought maybe it was them up in the clouds, but I think maybe they had to go around the clouds. I don't know. Of course, we're a little ways from, they were going to fly over the hospitals, that's my understanding. We're a little ways from that, but we'd have certainly heard them and I think seen them. But that didn't happen. Anyhow, I about out of show and tell items. But Aaliyah did make one recommendation of a show and tell, so I'm going to do that today. And it's not anything unusual, but I'm going to actually talk about my guitar. That'll be my show and tell. We're going to have, I always say you got to learn something every day. Well, today you're going to learn a little bit about a guitar. Let me adjust this camera a little bit here because it's going to be too high for my guitar demonstration. All right. Well, I'm going to do this CCR song. Hi, Brad. Hello. All right, we got a few people on there. I'm going to do a CCR song here. Came out in 1969. That's when I graduated. Hello, Dave. I got a note on my computer that is on my timeline. There you are. I see you. And Debbie made a mask using your braid idea. Ah, good. Well, that wasn't futile then. Someone adapted my idea. That's good. And there's Tom. Hi, Tom. So we've all been making masks out of everything we can think of, handkerchiefs and sewing them up and everything. I seen one lady demonstrating online of how to use a pair of underwear for a mask. It really worked pretty good. It was like a nice stretchy pair, and she folded over her head and made a nice mask, and she folded it around and brought it over and provided a top covering as well. So looked pretty good. I've seen this one. I don't see Bob on there today. He sent around a listing of what kind of things you should wear to Walmart for protection. This one guy owning socks. Cheryl says she's been wearing socks for a mask. No, she just says some people are, I guess. I don't know. And gallon jug, a drink jug or something. And he kind of cut the back of it out and he put it right over his head. So it was open in the back, but it covered his whole head, plumb down to here. That was my favorite. That was really good. All right. Here's a CCR song for you. I guess everybody knows what CCR is. Ellie, do you know who CCR is? I'm sure Cheryl does. Well, that was Creedence Clearwater Revival, right? And this one is called Green River. Take me on down where the cool water flows. Let me remember the things I love. Stop at the lawn where the catfish bite. Walking along the river road at night. Barefoot girls dancing in the moonlight. I can hear a bullfrog calling me, wondering if my rope's still hanging to the tree. Love to kick my feet way down the shallow water, shoot like dragonfly, get back to mother, pick up a flat rock, skip it across Green River. Way up at Coach Camp is where I spend my days, with flat car riders and cross-style walkers. Old Cody Jr. took me on board. He said you're gonna find the world still smoking. If you get lost, come on home to Green River. Way whoa. All right, Creedence Clearwater, Green River. Hi, Nancy. Let's see who else might have showed up. I see Chris. Hello. I'm not sure who that might be. That might be Aspen. Are you? Aaliyah? Dave, Brad, Cheryl. I got several people. All right, for my show and tell today, Aaliyah recommended this for show and tell. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I've actually probably done this with Aaliyah because we've been having remote control guitar lessons. But this will be kind of a review for Aaliyah. What I'm going to do is just talk about my guitar. Any guitar, really. There's quite a bit that makes up a guitar. And a fellow that works on guitars, do you know what he's called? Guitar repairman? No. A luthier. A luthier builds and repairs and works on guitars. And so that's a new term, luthier. Maybe it's new. Hope I got it right. Anyway, so your guitar has several parts that make it up. Of course, this is an acoustic guitar. It does have electric pickups in it, so it's electric as well, but it's acoustic. And of course, generally they're a hollow body with a big hole in them. That's the sound hole. And some acoustics would have, it looks kind of like a curly Q right here on the side, one top and bottom, and that's referred to as an F hole because it kind of looks like an F on there. And that's the actual sound hole for those style. And this is a flat top. Probably heard singing, and I'll refer to the flat tops sometimes. That's because the top is flat. And of course, it's got bracing inside there to hold it. But there can also be arch top. And many times electric guitars aren't hollow. They're actually solid. But anyway, I'm going to start up here. This part of the guitar, this very top part, is called, remember, Aaliyah? the headstock. This is the headstock. And of course that headstock holds these 6 devices right here. And these are called the tuners, right? And that's pretty evident. They're the tuners. They'll tune your strings, or sometimes they'll call them the machine heads. But it's the tuners up there. And then the next thing we have is this white piece. It's usually white, but it can be other. And it's made out of bone a lot of times. This one's bone. And this is called the nut. And this is where the strings come right across onto the neck. So that's the nut. And then, of course, we have the neck. This whole area here is called the neck. But on the front of the neck, it's a different wood. You can see it's a darker wood. And usually, a lot of times, it's rosewood. But sometimes it's maple or different things. And I'm not exactly sure which wood this is. This may be rosewood on this guitar. And that's called the fretboard. This whole front board under the strings is called the fretboard. And then we have the frets, of course. The frets are on the fretboard, of course. And the frets are actually right here, but let me go one forward. See this little bar, this metal bar? It's like brass. This is called a fret bar. That's the fret bar. So between the nut and the first fret bar is the fret. That's the first fret. And of course, here's the second fret and the third fret and the fourth fret. And it goes all the way up to that, whatever, how many ever there are. And so those are the frets and the fret bars. And what else we got here? We got the sound hole. I mentioned that already. And then we've got the bridge. And on most acoustic guitars, the bridge is mounted right on the top. And that actually holds your strings. And there's your bridge. But on many electric guitars, the strings go on into another piece that's like right on the bottom of the guitar here, this part. And that's called the tail piece. So the strings go into the tail piece and it attaches right to the back side of your guitar here. A little different than on an acoustic guitar. And of course, this piece right here is called the pick guard, because when you're playing and strumming, your pick can hit that, and that just protects the wood from wearing there. That's the pick guard. And then probably the last thing I'm going to show you is the strings. And there's actually, on a normal acoustic or normal most any guitar, there's 6 strings, right? Now there are 12 string guitars, and so each string has another one real close to it that's tuned an octave down. I think it's an octave down. I don't have any 12 string guitars. So it gives a real full sound when you play it. But most normal guitars have 6 strings. And the strings, when you talk about strings, you can talk about them in 2 ways. You can say the first string, the second string, third string, fourth string, and fifth string. You can call them by a number, first through the 6th string. Now, if you look at this, which string would you think would be the first string? Hi, Liam. Hello, Harper. Hi, Heather. And Justin, maybe. Let's see who else. Okay. So anyway, strings 1 through 6. Which one is the first string? Well, I'm going to tell you. The first string is this bottom string. I say bottom, but let's just call it the first string because it's confusing if I say bottom. But it's the highest sounding string. That's the first string. Second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string, and sixth string. So when you're learning about, and someone's telling you which string to play the first string. Well, you know it's on that first string. Now, that's a good way to refer to those strings. Of course, each string is tuned to a specific note. And so this 6th string is tuned to E, low E. Next string is A, D, G, B, and E. Remember that? E, A, D, G, B, and E again. Low E and high E. See, they sound the same, but one's higher. So E, A, D, G, B, E. And the strings are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. There's the parts of the guitar. Did you learn something? Hopefully. Maybe you knew all that. Aaliyah knew it, I think. But that was a review. All right. Well, that was a little different. Show and tell today. We could even talk about chords and stuff, but not today. I'm going to do one more song for you. And this is a Roy Orbison song that he did. Back in 1962, he came out with this. And, of course, most of his songs were hit. He was one of the greatest singers around, I think. And he did this one, and I'm going to do it for you today. It came from 1962. Of course, Elvis did it after Roy did it, like the next year, I think. Or, of course, he did it several times. Sweet dreams, baby. Sweet dreams, baby. Sweet dreams, baby. How long must I dream? Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams the whole day through. Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams nighttime too. I love you and I'm thinking of you, but that won't do. Dream, baby, I'm a dream. You can make my dream come true. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dreams, baby. Sweet dreams, baby. How long must I dream? Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams the whole day through. Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams nighttime too. I love you and I'm thinking of you, but that won't do. Dream, baby, you become a dream. You can make my dreams come true. Sweet dreams, baby. Sweet dreams, baby. Sweet dreams, baby. Roy Orbison, one of the greatest singers for a long time there, one of my very favorites. All right, Well, I think that's it for today. I have no idea what I'll do tomorrow. Weather's really kind of clouding up, and I think maybe acts like the storm might be coming in, although the temperature's still nice. Wind is kind of starting to blow. Guess that's what happened to the Thunderbirds. Thank you, Cheryl. So, I do have a couple requests I'm working on. Justin had a request for a Don Williams. There's another one of my favorite singers. Don Williams song and one of his main songs. I've been working on it, but it's going to take me a little bit. I don't want to butcher too bad. So I've been working on that, and I'm getting it. So I'll probably be doing that song within the next time or two that I get on here. It's actually called I Believe in You, and it's really a great song. And so anyway, I'm working on some. And I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Looks like I've been about 20 minutes. I try to do 15. Give everybody a little break to their day and maybe a smile. So I hope you learned something today. And if you didn't, be sure and learn something before the day is over. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This is Carl. Thank you, Ellie. You have a good day. And I'm signing off.